Hi there and welcome back to the Dean Park layout. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Richard Proudman from Bachmann, and he's popped through to see the Dean Park layout whilst he's in the area. Yesterday we were at the Bowness Bachmann Collectors Club Day, so thanks for yesterday first and foremost, and thanks for popping through to see Dean Park today.
Well, glad you enjoyed yourself yesterday, Dave. It was a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was excellent.
And real privilege to see Dean Park in the flesh, so to speak, so thanks for the invite and having us up to see and maybe play with a few new models while we're here.
Well, that's what you indicated to me yesterday, that you were going to maybe bring something a little bit new along. So without further ado, let's get the wraps off these new models and you can talk us through what's coming soon from Bachmann.
Super. Well, clearly, Dave, it's the Bachmann Branchline Class 47 that we brought along today to show you.
Okay, yes, I see these beautiful models set up at Dean Park Depot. Obviously, anyone who's followed my channel will know that I'm a big Class 47 fan. I've got a lot of your previous tooling and indeed your new deluxe tooled Class 47s that I've collected over the last 2 or 3 years. So what really stands out with this latest batch that you've brought here today?
Yeah, so this is our next production run, but it's not just a further run of the tooling we announced first in 2021.
Okay.
So as we touched on when we spoke at the Bowness Railway, more recently we've been more proactive with upgrading models, even if the tooling is very, very fresh. And since the 47 came out, it was quite a groundbreaking moment for us in terms of the level of detail we brought into the model. We had the sound fitted deluxe version that was a debut on the 47, which had the rotating roof fans, got the tinted windscreen glazing on those versions. But since then we've had the auto release couplings, which has been our sort of revolutionary DCC hands-free coupling system. And we were really keen to incorporate that into the 47. So there's been a bit of a lull in releases of the new Branchline 47 for the last couple of years because we wanted to make those upgrades. So we've added the couplings, we've added the stay alive system as well.
Okay.
We took on board some feedback about the sound, both the sound fitted and sound fitted deluxe models, and in particular the speaker setup.
Yes.
So we've revised the speaker configuration in the 47.
Okay, yeah.
And that's now got the same setup as our new 66 and our new 69, which uses the Tangband large bass speaker along with the Sugar Cube. So it's a much improved sound performance, even though the last 47 was a step up from what went before. We've kept developing that.
Well, I felt the new 47 did come out. It got the sound across of the the Type 4 really well, but maybe just struggled a little bit with some of the bass on the sounds. So hopefully with this upgraded speaker that you've introduced in your 69 and your 66, that'll allow you to cover a broader frequency of the sounds coming from the real Loco. Yeah,
it was certainly an upgrade over our previous 47s. Now we've gone that step further to bring it up to date with the 66 and the 69, and we're really happy with the sound reproduction that we're getting from the speakers now. So that's another step forward, along with the auto release couplings on the sound fitted deluxe models. In terms of the detail of the models, so they're all sort of technical improvements. We've also had the snowplow arrangement revised. So on the first models, that was a plug-in to the NEM coupling pocket. And now we've gone for a body-mounted option.
Excellent.
So that's something we'll be able to put in with locomotives where it's appropriate, of course. And people will be able to fit them to the buffer beam of the locomotive, along with the other accessory parts, without the two infringing on each other. And obviously you then don't have the swing of the snowplow going around corners and such like.
More realistic, and that was certainly one of the areas that was highlighted when I looked at the new Class 47 in one of my videos many years ago, that it was still the one-piece plug-in NEM snowplow, which did detract a little bit from an otherwise fantastically realistic new tooling. It just, to see a snowplow moving as the Loco goes round the curves was a bit of a compromise. So that's fantastic news from my point of view, that you've now looked at that and you're going to put the body mounted plows, which I believe your Class 31 already has.
That's right, and the 25 has got
and the 20
same
as well.
The 20's got it. Obviously it's something where we've got the 37 in the range as well, where that has the snowplow feature, so it'll be something where we look to make that change as well, going forwards on that model. And then we've also, on the 47, looked at the cab windscreen glazing. Obviously, we've got the glazing effect for the sound-fitted deluxe models, but more generally, the fit and finish of the glazing is an area we felt we could improve. So, again, that's something we've had tweaked by the factory to give a better overall finish and a better appearance to the model.
Okay then, we've got these 5 beautiful examples sitting behind us right now, Richard. Let's have a closer look at each one in turn. You can talk through some of the features and the liveries that you're doing. I see there, on the new tooling at least, there's some liveries that have not been done before, which I'm really keen for you to give more information about.
Yeah, so we're starting with a pairing BR Blue livery, which we've got here 47226 and 47238 we'll be doing on your BR Blue livery, so something that a lot of modelers of the era are asking for. We've got the headlight fitted to that.
The headlight is a big area that a lot of people have been waiting for, me especially. I've got the other 2 Domino BR Blue 47s that you did when the tooling came out. One ETH fitted, but it didn't have a light on it, and that's what I've been waiting for. So this is fantastic news that I'm now going to have a headlight on front of my bog standard run-of-the-mill BR Blue Class 47. And you said there's 2 versions of this coming out. Are they coming out at the same time?
They'll be out at the same time, 2 different room numbers for people to choose from, but these things are ubiquitous, so you'll be able to buy a couple and look, they won't look out of place together, will they? So there was so many locomotives in that condition at the time.
And BR Blue is the kind of livery that really came in the late 60s and lasted into the 1990s. You were still seeing BR Blue 47s trundling around on freight and passenger services. So it's a wide scope for a modeler to choose this one, and I said it could fit in with numerous eras.
Yeah, and as you said, on the same tooling suite, we've already released the 47.0 with the glazed head code panels and the dominoes, and we've done the 47.4. So this fills a nice gap. You've got the plated panels, you've got the headlights, and then we've got more Blue Locos planned for future production runs too. So we've got lots coming for that era.
So it's 2 running numbers in the BR Blue, and they'll be coming in the normal 3 trims.
That's right, yeah. So all of the 47s, as we have already sort of set a standard, set precedent with, and going forwards we'll have the standard analog versions, then the sound fitted and the sound fitted deluxe.
Excellent. Well, I'm a big fan of the deluxe. Initially it was for the rotating roof fan, and that was quite a novel thing. As I say, one of the first locos released.
First British market locomotive that feature.
But it was the deluxe glazing that does catch your eye at certain aspects, as you see through some of the still images and the running shots on this video today. When the light catches this glazing, it really does set it apart from a loco that hasn't got that particular feature. Yeah,
and all the models we've got today, the livery samples have got that feature. But obviously it's only a feature of the deluxe version, but all the models we're showing today have that glazing fitted.
And obviously with you touched on it there, with the upgrades, you'll have the coupler system on, is that on the deluxe models?
Yeah, again on the sound fitted deluxe models, so that'll be on both ends, and it's removable if required, so maybe people take off one end and add all the detailing parts and then have the other end for the auto release couplings. It fits into the NEM coupling pocket, and then there's 2 plugs for the wiring, so it's easy to remove and fit it back on if you need to.
Excellent. Right, Richard, the second example that I've put to the front of the group here is this attractive rail freight grey with the large logo. Tell us a little bit more about this particular model.
Yeah, so 47280, 470 rail freight livery without the red stripe. Obviously we did that for Kono with the Birmingham Enterprise, so it's a livery variation we've not done on the new 47 so far. Perfect for pulling things like our Freightliner flats, and a wide range of branch line wagons that we've got in the range. So something that's going to find a home on a lot of layouts where people have got the stock waiting for a nice locomotive to stick at the front, really.
I say I've got that Billingham Enterprise that you mentioned there. I got that from the Kenmore exclusive, and the reason I got that was I found some photographs of it running around Scotland. It tends to visit up here, visit this neck of the woods quite a bit. So as soon as I see a picture of a Loco that operated in Scotland, especially Fife, I'm instantly drawn to it. However, I have to say, I do like the setup of this livery without the red sole bar.
Yeah.
It's something a bit different. It ties in nicely with other rail freight grey and yellow liveries, and it's got the iconic red buffer beam area there as well. And I have to say, it really does look good in this deluxe trim with the glazing on it as well.
Obviously, we've done the livery on the 08, the 31, 37, so it's a nice addition to that family of rail freight locomotives.
Yeah. We were talking yesterday at Bo'ness regarding the selection of liveries and rolling stock to match. You did mention in one of your announcements last year when you did the res liveried PCVs and the Mark 1 coaches that you were bringing out a Class 47 to match those pieces of rolling stock. And here we have the next one in your Class 47 release, and it's in this stunning res livery. So tell me a little bit about this and how long this one has been in the kind of the works to get to this stage.
So 47791 Venice Simplon Orient Express was actually suggested to us by someone else within the industry.
Okay.
Many years ago, before the new 47 tooling was even revealed. So it's been on the to-do list for a long time. With mentioned earlier, bringing these upgrades to the 47, obviously this would have been produced maybe a year, 18 months ago if we hadn't have done those engineering upgrades to the tooling. But,
yes.
So, like you say, when we revealed the PCV with Hornby magazine, did sort of give people the reassurance that the 47 was on the way to put at the front of the train, along with Govs and BGs, which we've already brought out through the branch line range as well. So it's a livery that we've not, again, done on the new tooling so far. We've got a new detail variation on here with the res tail lights, which were a modification when they did the works to produce the fleet of 47s for the res services.
Yes.
So new tooling variation there, along with the enhancements that we're doing across the board. We've got the lovely etch plates there. Which
well, I was going to say it would be remiss not to focus in on these for a moment, because these are absolutely stunning. Is this I can't believe that the detail in there for an etch. I mean, that is something else. And
like we do with all that named locomotives, we've got the printed name.
I was just going to say, is it below?
Yeah, that's right. So as supplied, you'll get the name and the depot plaques and such like already finished on the model. But for those that want to go to that extra level, there'll be the etch plates in the accessory pack for them to fit over the top if they so wish.
Right, the fifth model we've got in this particular release is the attractive West Coast Railways Maroon. Often seen trailing at the back of a steam rail tour, helping the steam loco navigate some of the steeper inclines. Tell me a little bit more about this particular model.
Well, yeah, 47826, obviously in the West Coast Railways Maroon livery. We've got a great relationship with West Coast Railways. They're always keen for us to model their locomotives and their rolling stock, so they help us out with things like paint colours, the logos and the details to make sure that our models are as accurate as they can be. Like you say, West Coast locos are seen all over the country on rail tours, helping out. They've got contracts to help with network rail services where required as well.
Yes.
So another livery that's really been highly on the wish list from a lot of our users, and we're delighted to bring that livery out on the new branch line 47. Goes well with our Mark 1s, our Mark 2s that we produced in this livery before, and some of our steam locomotives too.
Yeah.
Because we do model some steam locomotives that are mainline registered today, so you can create an authentic mainline steam charter and have that on the back, or have it pulling your train if you want to do a diesel charter.
Yeah, exactly. And it's nice to see you utilising the tooling of the current day Class 47, not just in the livery, but with some of the embellishments that are on this particular model as well. I'm actually a fan of this livery. I know a lot of people think it's a bit two-dimensional and bland, but the maroon's got a real richness to it. And I say that the Mark 1 coaches that I've got on my stock for the West Coast Railways to run behind my preservation steam, this Loco trailing at the back will just finish the set off nicely.
Yeah.
And I do like the kind of the tone you've got on the grey roof there as well. It really has captured the look of a West Coast Railways.
And we've got a steam rail tour with a rake of maroon Mark 1s, for example. Having that on the back, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, does it?
No.
I know some people get a bit upset by a diesel being coupled to the steam set.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is inconspicuous with it being in the matching livery. So it's a smart idea by West Coast.
Yeah, I could see this particular one being quite sought after by the current day modeller.
Yeah, it'll go down well, I think.
Right, well, I've had a look at these 5 stunning models. Is that it for the first run of Class 47s with these updated features, or is there more to come?
Well, there's a bit of an omission, Dave, with the BR green livery. Obviously, pretty much all the 47s were built and went into two-tone green. So with these models, we've also got a special for the Model Centre, TMC. They've been asking us to make them a two-tone green Loco with full yellow ends, which is
right, okay, you've not done that.
Maybe it's not always looked at so much. And they've commissioned Vulcan, which is one of the named locomotives. So that'll be coming out at the same time as these.
Okay.
And then we'll be including the sort of standard BR two-tone green with the small yellow panels.
All right, okay.
The original livery, so to speak.
Yes.
In the following production later in 2026. So those modelled in that original sort of steam diesel transition period will be able to get some lovely branch line 47s for their collection too.
And is the TMC exclusive with full yellow end? Is that still got the 4-digit numerical head code?
Yes, yeah, we'll have glazed head code, the named Vulcan, as I said, and then for the main range it'll be the glazed head code with the small yellow panels, and we're going to do the Cirque grills on those ones.
Oh right, okay.
Because the first release we had on the new tooling was with the original 3-piece grills, and a lot of people asking for them to come with the Cirque grills, so we're going to be doing that. Something that I think was quite an early change on the real locomotives, and some were even built with it. So covers off that variant.
Good.
Probably gives a longer operational life actually in that condition as well.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear that you're obviously starting to use your tooling suite to introduce features that haven't been done on the first run.
And combinations of tooling. We're sort of expanding the combinations and using all the variations we've tooled up to give people a bit of variety in their fleets. And well, the full details of those two will be coming out probably early 2026.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask.
And they'll be in shops sort of first half of the year, I thought.
Well, there you go then. For those of who out there like the BR green era, there's going to be the new updated 47s for you in that livery as well, and right through to the current day with the West Coast Railways maroon. Right, we've got these 5 models in front of us, but when can we have them on our layouts?
Well, yeah, the first 5, Dave, with the TMC special as well, should be finished at the factory in very early 2026. So I expect them into shops around Easter next year.
And what kind of price are we looking at for these particular models?
Well, despite the upgrades we've bought, we've been able to keep the starting price at the same $239.95 as the last run, so we're really pleased.
Okay, that's good.
Obviously, they are available from Bachmann retailers only. We don't sell direct, so we want people to go out and support local shops and see them for themselves.
Yeah,
and they can
it's always good try before you buy. It's always good to get the model out the box, check it over, have a look at it, and then maybe get it run in the shop to make sure everything's as you'd expect before you obviously part with your money. But that's good that you're holding the price at the £240 mark, and that's for the standard model, and it's available through Bachmann retailers. And that's the RRP price on that particular model.
Yeah, and we'll have the full details. We'll go over these models again in our winter British Railway announcements at the start of November, but people will be able to go to your Bachmann retailer today to place your orders, so we'll be sharing the details with our retailers already, so they'll be set up and ready to take orders right away now.
Excellent. Richard, we've had these Class 47s sitting on the depot and trundling around the layout as we've been talking, but the sound has been turned down. I think it's about time that we turned the sound up and got the full benefit of the new upgraded speaker setup in these Class 47s. Right, that's all I've got for you today in this video. Richard, thanks very much for coming along to see Dean Park. It's a great privilege to have a main manufacturer up my loft here, especially showcasing these exclusive new models. It really has been a privilege for me to see these up close, and I'll certainly be looking closely before placing a pre-order for one or some of them.
Well, I'm privileged to see the layout in the flesh, Dave, so thank you very much for taking our request to come up and see you. Glad to be able to bring something a bit tasty to show you as well. And always the door at Bachmann's welcome if you're in the area to come and give us a visit too. So
excellent. Well, I'll look my passport out for that one if they'll let me south of the border.
You'll be able to take up that invite at some point in the future.
Excellent, that's great.
Show you around.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, and again thanks to Richard and for David from Bachmann and Branchline for coming along today and showcasing these new 47s. If you have any questions at all of what you've seen today, pop those in the comment section below, and any comments or feedback of future 47s you may like, and I'll make sure that Richard has these comments passed on to him as well. In the meantime, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.